Hello everybody. Today I've got a subject for you that is not talked about very often. It's about the superficial fascia that surrounds the muscles on our face. Now, fascia is a sheath or a coating or a sac that goes around all of our muscles. It encompasses all of our muscles, and fascia also separates the muscles from one to the other. If you look at a chicken breast, for instance, sometimes you might get a chicken breast and when you go to cut it up, there's that film that's over the top of it, a very thin white film. That is fascia. And fascia is like the network that keeps all of our organs together in our body. There's other fascia, there's two other types of fascia, but today we're only interested in superficial fascia. Now, that type of fascia is all over our chest, it's all around our neck, it's all over our head and all over our face. Now, the thing is that when you are doing facial exercises, you really need to work on releasing the fascia before you do the exercises, because the fascia is taut. It becomes taut and sort of stretches a bit. It's something that has collagen, other peptides and all sorts of goodies that feed those muscles as well. But when you do your facial exercises, you do need to release the fascia. Now, next week I'm going to be putting up a video on how to release the fascia on your face, neck and head. And I'm hoping that when you learn how to do this, that you will add this to your face exercise routine every time that you do facial exercises. And the reason why I'd like you to add it is because it strengthens the muscles much faster and you've got better chance of building those muscles. Also, I wanted to talk to you about the fascia and over-exercising, because if you do actually over-exercise your face with exercises, if you're rubbing constantly or if you're doing exercises and the fascia is weak or weakened, this is where you start to run into trouble with facial exercises. So what we want to do is build up a strong fascia. Once you start to work with the fascia, then you will find that your exercises will go to another level, because it's so much easier to do them once you release the fascia. It's so much easier. I've just been doing it myself for a while now, and I've wanted to do it and then bring it to you guys when I feel that it's actually working. So I really hope that you're able to do this. Now, here is a picture of what fascia looks like over the muscle, and that's what fascia is. It is the sac that holds in the muscle, and it defines each muscle in our body. Now, I'm going over it a couple of times, but I want to explain to you what it is. It also holds collagen and other peptides, and it helps hold all of our muscles in our body together. The skin holds everything in, the fascia holds in all of the muscles and keeps it all tight and keeps the network all nice and tight inside of our body. So you can imagine that if you do over-exercise, if you do damage the fascia, you can then see how that starts to damage the muscle and fatigue the muscle. And also, if you break that fascia sac, then you will be getting into all sorts of trouble. If the fascia is already weakened before you start facial exercises ever, let's say you've never done facial exercises and you decide to start them, if the fascia is already weakened, you will run into trouble if you do not release that fascia and work with that fascia before you start the exercises. And I would actually advise everybody who hasn't done facial exercise before to actually release the fascia and do that for a month or 2 months or 6 weeks even, just to start releasing the fascia and making it a little bit more stretchy and elastic and a little bit more pliable to the muscle. That would be my advice, because what then will happen is that it'll help the muscle grow faster because the fascia is more stretchy. It's a very, very important part of the facial exercises. So if you've got any questions below, please do ask. Also, there is a link in the description box that describes what fascia is. It's a Wikipedia link, and go ahead and click it and have a read about what it all is. So important, because everybody thinks facial exercises, God, you can just get into it, let's do it, let's bam, bam, let's do it. No. And more and more and more, and the more depth that I go into it, the more excited I get as to how we can actually do facial exercises, but do them really effectively. Do go and click that link because I think you'll be quite interested. Now next week, in the next video next week, I'm going to be showing you how to do a fascia release massage. And as I said, I want you to do these every time before you do your facial exercises. And you'll be contacting me, you'll be saying in the comments over all the videos how amazing it's changed your facial exercises. I hope that's something really interesting for you today that you have learned about and will learn more about. Please do remember to subscribe. Go ahead and click the bell. When you click that bell, it notifies YouTube to notify you when I've uploaded a video. All right, well, you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time.